The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Sexually Educated with your host, Amber Rose Bentley.
I'm Sweet Elliott.
And I'm Adam Farrell.
We do realize that our pussy is gone and we don't have it. We're sorry, but this is a better location. It's just working out better, maybe a little bit. We'll see. You tell us.
For a little bit, anyways.
Our
Yeah.
cat will return. The cat's
The
coming
cat
back.
will definitely come back.
Not
cat
a
will come back.
cat. We use pussy as the term
I was trying to
Pussy.
be PC.
because this show is so PC.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
we're upstanding citizens.
Yeah.
Anyways, so tonight we're talking about repercussions of sex.
Yep.
Is that like when you use symbols when you're having sex?
Something like that. Hey, we can hardly hear ourselves.
Anyways, yes. So repercussions of sex and repercussions of spell wrong.
There we go. Yeah, the repercussions of sex can be interesting, I think.
Interesting. But let's get to our news. Sex in the news to begin with. What can I get for you?
Well, Suede has an interesting story.
I
Actually,
definitely do. One is
The following program is
definitely interesting because this husband, his wife was going on vacation or whatever, and she was like, "Well, don't do anything crazy while I'm gone." He's like, "I'm probably gonna cheat on you."
He said that to her?
He said that to her simply because he had kept a spreadsheet application of all the times within the last 60 days that he had offered her sex and how many times he was turned down. He offered her sex 27 times in 60 days, and he was turned down 24 of those times.
I read these with my boyfriend. You can turn me down a little bit. I read these with my boyfriend. I was just sitting there. We're sitting there and thinking, I was like, you complain about how much I want sex, but I could be like this woman. And then I start reading him all the excuses. And he was just like, he's like,
Yeah, some of them
I'm
were like, I need to
tired.
take a shower.
I have
so
a
on and so forth.
headache.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then she like even said like some of them were like bullshit. Like some of them were just like, I ate too much food. I can't do anything.
One of them's
tonight.
I'm too drunk. And then it was like one was I'm too tired. I
Okay,
need
wait,
to take
wait.
a shower.
If you're too drunk, that's never an excuse not to have sex. That is an excuse to have sex.
I guess her excuse, because he even went down.
I'll throw up on you.
I'll throw up on you. Mm-hmm.
I'll throw up on you.
I've literally had sex and then in the moment been like, okay, we're done, and they're like, wait, what? And I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. Like,
Yeah.
but I let you do it at least. I let you put it in.
You let
know?
it
Like,
start.
yeah,
Let's
we're gonna
start having
it.
sex.
And he like jerked off on my butt or something. Who knows? But
Yeah.
no
There's
one-
like no more shaking. I need to switch. I think if that were ever the case, I would just be like, let me turn to my side. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the side isn't really as you know.
yeah. But
You
drunk
still
sex,
have the ocean motion, but
drunk sex is so good, and to ruin it with throwing up, that's the worst.
I know it would. Well, I mean.
What?
I have actually had sex one time, and while we were in the middle of having sex, I threw up.
Ew, no, thank you.
I had a girl throw up while I was being blown once.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of hot, depending
It
if
was
you
kind of
gagged her. If you gagged her
Well-
enough to make her throw up.
It was something like that, but it was kind of it scarred me for life. Yeah, I mean
Did
not
it?
for life,
Yeah.
but it was kind of like oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
if she cleans it
Done
up right
with it's never-
afterwards.
Like I couldn't quit thinking about it. That was the worst part.
If you have any suggestions or want to get in our conversation, hit us up. Everyone says that's why you shouldn't get married, though,
Yeah.
because the sex stops.
Well, I mean, I don't. I think that depends on what the married couple is, because I know several married
That's
couples.
a repercussion of marriage.
Yeah, right. I know several married couples that is not the case at all. I mean, they're still having sex as often as they were prior. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But those are the people that actually enjoy having sex with each other.
Yeah, why would you marry someone
is-
if you didn't enjoy having that's what's wrong with you people.
But people
you get
do
married
that
to
all the
someone,
time.
That's what I'm saying. You get married to someone you don't enjoy having sex with. What?
Yeah.
Our connection is really strong, Suede. Well, I like men and I hate having sex with you. We can make this work.
Yeah, no, but
see,
you
that's
have to-
what's wrong.
But you have to
That's what's
realize
wrong.
there's a couple of situations. Like one, there are some women out there that don't want to tell the people they're with. They're like, oh, everything's great. It's like women lying about orgasms. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
I
You know,
call
because-
every one of them out.
Yeah, I'm just
Bitch,
saying.
what are you doing?
Like,
Yeah.
we're not there yet, and we're not done either.
Yeah.
Damn it. So
Yeah, exactly. But I'm
Cut
just
the
saying that's
shit.
where it starts. So like if your partner you're with doesn't know that you're generally not like if that woman had simply said to her husband, been like, the reason we're not having sex is because it's not that great. I think that he would be like, oh, okay, well, what can we do? And then they can work on it together, or vice versa.
Exactly. Or maybe
So
she
I know some
or
people that have been with women for 3+ years and they were just like a log whenever they had sex.
But a big thing for women is that women, like, if they're not confident, if they don't feel secure with their body or whatever,
Yeah.
they're less likely to want to have sex because they don't feel sexy. Listen,
but-
a guy does
yeah.
not care if you have 3 boobs. Well, they probably love you more if you had 3 boobs. But if you have a hole and boobs, you're good. At least if they're dating you, you're pretty much good.
Well, the
Yay,
thing-
have
this-
sex with them.
Well, I
Yeah,
think also
yeah.
that a lot of women want their sex to be validated too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they want to be validated. So they want a guy to call them sexy and so on and so forth to make them feel sexy.
I am almost starting to wish all my sex was validated. I don't know if it's older age. I don't know if I'm growing up.
What do you mean? All
Like a
of your
high five
sex
afterwards,
validated?
like Adam, you did such a good job. Let's have.
Well,
you
I
know
always
what,
high
good job.
five after sex.
Do you really?
Yes, I love it. Like, good job, baby.
Yeah.
Only if it's good
You
sex.
almost
If
went to
it's-
hit
I
that.
almost I
But-
was like, wait, I don't get it.
I think I'm getting to that point now where I think I'm ready to sleep with one person. Maybe not for life, but for a while. You know what I mean? But I don't know. So I think
See, I don't
Feel that
really,
way?
I don't feel that way. No, I'm not saying that I couldn't be faithful to someone. I would be if that when and if that time arises. But as far as in general, I'm gonna try to be faithful as possible to the person I'm with, and I would be. But do I think I'm only down to having sex with only one person for the rest of my life? Nope.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We are humans and we are animals. So, in that being said, we were never meant to be. No, we're one of the only mammals that are monogamous. It's not part of our genetic
That's not true.
genetic makeup. Oh, really?
Penguins.
I said we're one.
penguins are some
one
loyal
of the
sons
few.
of bitches.
Yeah,
One of the few.
Penguins are loyal as F.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're not
Yeah.
meant. So when you get in a relationship, like have some threesomes or something, spice it up.
See,
you know?
I'm a
Okay.
fan of the threesome.
yeah.
We,
Well,
we had a friend the other night where we were out at a bar and we were talking about it, and she goes, like me and my boyfriend like went into town and got like really hammered and just had a threesome with some random chick. Like I could do that, and I'm like, I'm into it. You know,
But
like
you at that point you're saying it tastes like grape. Leave it alone. And at that point,
Thirsty.
at that point, you're saying like, listen, I know I like girls and I like guys. So if
Yeah.
I get to have a threesome, first of all, he's getting whatever you know what I'm saying? That's a new random. That's good for him. And two, I get what I want from girls. So it's like it's a win-win. So a girl like me, it works. I understand how it doesn't work for every girl because there's psycho, crazy, jealous bitches. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like you're not meant to be with one person. So the fact that being faithful for an extended period of time is pretty awesome for anyone.
kind of like
Yeah.
Ti's wife.
Oh, are we gonna go there? Okay.
That supposedly got banged by Florida.
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in that article, who said that they banged who?
Okay.
Whom
All right.
said
We'll let
they
Adam
banged
do
who?
this.
All right. So as a lot of people know, T.I. and Floyd Mayweather got into it at Fatburger, an actual fight.
A physical fight.
T.I. was about that life apparently.
Okay, because
All
I
about
would
that
fight
life.
a professional boxer. But
Yeah,
yeah, that makes complete
it's
sense.
brilliant, right?
I agree with you. That's
But then like Floyd tried to say hi to T.I.'s wife on a red carpet recently at the BET Awards.
And she
completely
snubbed
ignored
him.
Snubbed him.
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid you snub Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
But then Floyd Mayweather's at a press conference, and somebody mentioned T.I., and he goes, "Why would I care about T.I.?" And then what was heard is that he said, "I effed his bitch."
Did he
Okay.
say that?
Well, that's what you can hear. But he comes out saying that because of the volume around him, what he said was that he thinks I effed his bitch.
Oh,
So
Mhm.
that's what Floyd came out and said afterward, and then I think it's kind of quieted down now.
Yeah.
okay, but let's
But-
see. Okay, have you seen Tiny, which is Ti's wife? If you're not in the know, she's disgusting. If I was Ti, I wouldn't admit that I banged her. At Floyd Mayweather, what? No, of course you're not. You said it because you were mad. You probably did bang her once or twice. She's probably a good screw.
I wouldn't do
But
it with
I would-
Swayze D.
Yeah, I would never admit that. Even if I'm gonna bang her,
Thank
I'm
you,
not
Adam.
gonna admit it.
That's quite respectful of you.
Well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe like Floyd was like, "Man, now people think I'm standards." Like, all right, I'm gonna go out and be like, "No, I didn't do it."
Well,
Yeah.
that's the worst part.
Then
Like,
deny it.
yeah, exactly. Ti is super freaking hot. Like super freaking hot. My standard. Sorry, that's what I think. His wife is horrible. Like I would not admit it if I had
But-
sex
but-
with her.
If you think she's maybe a good lay, and more than that, maybe she's good for Ti intellectually. And you can't say that T.I. has probably never banged no other hoe.
No, I'm sure he bangs bitches all the time. I mean,
He may be, then both of them maybe. But either way, I really,
See,
what I genuinely
I'm done
think
with my
happened, I
days
think,
of banging bitches.
what?
I'm done with my days of banging bitches.
Would you bang T.I.'s wife? Never.
No.
Come on. What if no
Not
one
just
found
because
out?
it was
What
T.I.'s
if what
wife.
if what if it was the best vagina you ever got? And a blowjob, and she even licked your butthole once or twice.
That could ruin me as a person.
I mean, with the lights off though.
No.
What?
do you really know the difference when the lights are on?
Yeah. No, if it was good vagina.
No.
I mean, she has popped out like 7 kids, so I don't know how good the vagina could possibly be.
It's probably
She's a
really
little
good. They've sewn it back up 7 times.
She's a
Sure,
little
it's
thick.
tighter each time.
She's a little thick. That's all.
That's rude. Rude.
No, I mean.
I'm a little thick.
No, you're the right kind of thick though. It's all
Oh,
right.
thanks.
You got all the thickness in all the right places.
Oh, thank you.
Every week, I'm just gonna drop a compliment eventually.
Eventually, I'll like white guys again.
She's gonna come in on one broadcast, hair
No.
just all messed up. I'm gonna be sweating, probably breathing really heavy.
That will never happen.
Swade's gonna look disappointed.
I'll have a look of disgust. We do have
Amber,
a policy on this show.
He's like, Amber, I thought you had better standards than
You
that.
should be flattered. I said I was done banging bitches. You should be flattered.
Oh, thanks.
He's moved on to hoes.
Oh.
Anyways, Adam,
No.
for the rest of the broadcast, I'm gonna keep my grape drink over here. Don't touch me.
I didn't touch you.
Oh, I thought you were going to. I was gonna get excited and then say, "Don't touch me," all at once.
Tune in next week when we have a new co-host.
Oh, but anyway, so the repercussions of sex. I know when I brought up this topic.
Floyd Mayweather tells everyone and then denies that you guys had sex. Repercussion of
Like
sex.
a bitch.
Yeah, kind of. Yes. Yeah, but I'm talking about like even, I mean, it can go through all spectrums. I know we were discussing it earlier in the week about our topic would be, it was kind of like, well, what do you mean repercussions? Like I'm talking, for instance, like let's say you meet somebody randomly or you're friends with somebody and you have sex with them, and then what the repercussions of that are. Some of them aren't bad because some people aren't crazy, but then on the other hand, we have the crazies. You know, like you have sex with them one time, and then the next thing you know, they've titled you as a boyfriend or girlfriend.
I have a friend like that. It sucks because she's really cute, and when I take her out with me, guys are like, "Oh, she's really cute," and I'm like, "Yeah, she is." And then I'm like, "But don't have sex with her." If I'm good friends with them, if I'm not good friends with them, I let them have sex with her. And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because she's crazy." And they're like, "Wait, crazy's good." I'm like, "The sex is gonna be great for you, but the next morning." She's going to be in love with you, and I just don't want that for us. Like, I'm sorry. It just, I'm sorry.
Adam, why are you hiding?
Because he knows many girls like that. He knows
Look,
many
she dropped the crazy word. And
Yeah.
it's, you know, my current streak, I guess, isn't the most sane.
You like crazy girls? Because listen, guys that keep attracting crazy girls don't like boring girls. That's why you just have to find the right kind of crazy.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
I heard these
I'm
people.
aiming
I
for
heard
it.
these people say that. I heard this woman say this to this guy on this first date last night at my restaurant. They were on a date and like they were sitting there and she's like, "Every girl's crazy. You just have to find the right crazy for you." I'm like, that means you're psycho.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Just
Like,
you just preempted the psychoness.
They are.
Run, bro.
Run. I think he was already going to.
Yeah. Well, but no. So yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. The repercussions, like some people, you have sex with them once and it's done. Or if you're friends with somebody and you have sex, and then all of a sudden the next thing you know, like y'all aren't friends anymore. Like it's totally changed. You know,
But
because
see,
it
and then-
could have overstepped a boundary.
Exactly. Or boundaries are very important in friendship. Everyone remember. Or if you have sex with a friend and then you end up dating someone, that's another repercussion because
Yeah.
in that instance, you can't be, if you're honest with the person, like, I banged that bitch once or twice. At that point, you can't, like, every time you go out, you're like, I know you guys had sex, so it's a little weird for me.
It is kind of, yeah. That situation is
It
weird.
can't be.
Well, I mean, especially like if it's with coworkers. You know, like if you were involved with a coworker or something like that.
We're not throwing eye contact anywhere.
No, well, I
Just
don't
saying,
know.
just
I'm just
saying.
saying if you happen to
I feel like I'm
have
being exploited.
sex
feel
with
like
a
you are
co
too.
well, no, actually I'm not thinking about you at all. This time I was thinking about this someone we worked
Oh.
with that could be a major hoe, but she's not anymore. I mean, she's a recovering hoe. But anyways, but like when you have sex with people you work with, it also makes it awkward, especially if you've had sex with multiple people at work.
No,
and
that-
then if you date someone outside of that, do you tell them then that you've had sex with all these people at work and the repercussions of that?
Can you please get a new job? No, I will say that I wasn't a hoe, but like I had a guy that I was sleeping with that I worked with, and this is why I now have my no sleeping with coworkers policy.
Which I believe is the best policy.
it
Do
is.
not sleep with coworkers.
No,
Don't do it.
A friend, maybe you can recover from. A coworker, anytime you get in a fight, someone's gonna say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that just tension. But no, I had a guy I slept with. No one knew we had sex except one time he got really, really late wasted and told someone we had sex. But he only told them we had sex once, and we were having like casual sex.
Yeah.
And only once. And then like they started ragging on me all the time, and they had no idea. And then it came out because I was cheating on my ex with him, and it came out that like all this was going on.
So wait, you were cheating on your ex with your coworker?
Yes.
Were you
That's a
able to
damn
would
shame.
you get off work together and just be like, hey baby, I'm still at work, and really you were in his bedroom just
No, I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I mean,
So you were honest, just not exactly what you were doing while you were
my
there.
mouth was falling on his cock. My bad. No, he cheated on me. He was cheating on me. It was fine. Anyways, so yeah, but anyways, yeah, but I, like it just so happened that I was sleeping with him, and then when people found out, they just talked and what they would say, and then he'd be a dick to me because people would say things, and I'm like, listen, I didn't say anything to anyone. People only know because of you. But he would like insult me in public and stuff because he was trying to like save it, and I was just like, like that's a
Yeah.
repercussion though. You then have to deal with that.
Was
at
the
work.
sex good?
It was really good when I was cheating on my ex with him. Really good when I was cheating on. But then I had sex with him like a year ago and like 2 years ago. It was just bad each time. I just didn't enjoy it. I was just like,
That is so disappointing when like you're like, oh, I've had sex with this person before. You know, at least this will be all right. And then you do it, and you're just like, that wasn't like.
Oh,
the
yeah.
like
I
what
don't
happened?
well, then you start thinking, was it only good because it was exciting? Because
It
like,
could have been good because you were doing something wrong,
exactly.
something dirty.
That's what I think. Oh, I love being dirty.
Me too. I
But
think
sex
it's
is like pizza. When
What's-
it's good, it's good. And when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes. No. I've had sex
I've
so
had some
bad.
bad sex.
I'm just like, hey, can we stop? Because I'm dying. Like in the middle of sex, I'm just dying.
Anytime I've had sex and not gotten off, I've always like kind of wanted to go out and cry afterwards. Like I still like.
How bad does sex have to be that a guy can't get off?
It happens.
Oh, it happens.
It happens quite
definitely
often.
happens.
I mean, I've
I
heard
can't stare at the bottom.
like I know,
No, like you.
but
Pass. But
Anyways,
yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
we forgive you. We love you anyway.
And on that note, later on in our broadcast, you'll keep on seeing the number pop up at the bottom of the screen. You are more than welcome to call in if you get a chance to put what maybe a sexual repercussion you might have had, or if you have any interest in our news topics, you can do that. And also,
And
don't
follow
forget.
us.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Don't
you.
forget,
Oh, and follow us on Instagram, yeah.
And
At-
follow our Facebook page.
as
at
well as
Sexually
awesome.
Educated.
So
Yeah.
there's the number right there at the bottom of the screen. Well, you can call in anytime. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna post my number on Instagram later, and you can just call me to say hello if you want.
He's
or
not
send him
gonna do
nudes.
that.
Or send him nudes. It's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, anyways, so okay, a couple things on the good and bad side of the spectrum of repercussions. Bad side, obviously STDs, blah 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 blah. Also on the bad side, depression.
Oh, I didn't even think about the health.
Yeah, the health stuff
Side
of
of it, yeah.
How could you not? This is sexually educated.
I'm just saying, I tend to think more of like the emotional side of things.
You are the
than-
dirtiest mother effer I've ever met.
I wear condoms.
I don't believe it.
Actually, I don't most of the time, but
I-
no, I really do. Did you?
I'll wear the
on that
condom, but
note,
I'm not psyched
did
about
you
it.
see about the new condoms they're fixing to put out? Durham is. It's gonna have. They're already approved in Australia. They're gonna be condoms that have a like the lube in it or whatever is gonna be an antiviral lube.
Really?
So therefore, it'll help stopping spreading of STDs and so on and so forth. Not all of them, but it could definitely help.
That is exciting. Okay, so the some of the negative effects besides STDs
Yeah.
and needing antiviral condoms, depression. It is shown in the study that men and women, when they have sex and it's just casual hookups, these people encounter more loneliness, self-worth issues, depression in general. You agree?
I understand that completely. Especially being in a relationship and all that, being for being in an extensive relationship and whatnot for so long, like it's all fun afterward. You're like, I just want to be free and I just want to do whatever, and you do, but with every girl came a little more sadness. Like with every girl came a little more like, well, there's just another brick in the wall.
Another
you know what
piece
I mean?
of your heart's
Like
taken
another-
out.
Yeah, to be totally honest.
All
and
I did
it's
was
just
touch
like-
hair there. I'm
And you
just saying.
kind of start, and you kind of start to feel worse about yourself. Well, I did anyway. For me, just with each one.
So
it was like,
But you are not alone.
like, so you're telling me that like the random hookups that you had, or like the escapades you had with certain people, like every time after you had sex, like you felt good for a little bit, but then like the following day or maybe hours later, you were depressed because that person wasn't there, or because somebody wasn't there, or
because I pretty much all of them I didn't care about.
well, what's the problem with that?
It wasn't a problem at first, but it kind of became one.
And
you know,
it does though.
Well, but then that sounds like to me like you are also emotionally attached to sex.
No.
I feel like you are.
I have-
I feel
You
like
would have to be.
I feel like you are. I feel
No,
like you're
no, that's
very
not true.
emotionally attached to sex.
No,
like,
I'm
I
really
can-
not.
Like I can have sex with people that I don't really care about.
No,
And-
I can
and-
do it. It's just I'm talking about that, like the repercussion for me in that situation, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a psychological thing that came from my past relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was so used to having someone there and actually caring. Like,
Mm-hmm.
The
you know-
cuddling afterwards, having someone there, you're like, I kind
You
of
can
want
still do
movie.
all
And
like,
that.
and, yeah, but
And then tell them to go
now
home.
when you're having sex with people that you don't want to talk to afterward.
You're
Yeah.
like, you are dumb, but you're hot.
Yeah,
Get in
like
my
all right,
bed.
let's do this. And
Oh,
then,
no, no,
okay,
I agree with
I'll
that.
pay for you to go home in a cab. You know what I mean? Like, but
Aw, the best compliment a girl could get.
see, I'm
Can I call
emotionally
you a
connected
cab?
to any sexual experience. Like that's just
Mhm.
like it's gonna be an emotional roller coaster every time
Okay,
you're in
but
bed.
do you-
But you know, like
I mean, I get emotional while it's happening, but then after like sex is done, it whether good, bad, whatever, like I don't ever feel guilty for having sex.
it's not. I don't feel guilty about the sex. I just feel upset that at the end of the day, did I get my balls wet? Sure, but I'm still sitting on this couch alone eating fucking Cheetos and watching Netflix by myself. You know,
I don't
and
see
I'm
the
not-
downside to that
That's-
situation.
Either. This
I-
is listen. It's okay. I love you. This is you're a great guy. Anyways,
I'm gonna go
No,
cry
I-
now, guys. I'll be back.
No. I think what it is, I think literally, for me, it's that I do when I'm in a relationship and I'm bonding with someone and so forth. That's great, but for me, sex is still very separated. Like I have to have good sex with the person I'm in a relationship with, but let's say 15 years down the road, something happens and I can't have sex with that person. I'm still going to be with them. You can detach yourself from sex. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and I'm the same way. Like, I mean, being a girl, and see, this is the other thing. Like, do you guys feel like the consequences in such like the depression and everything are higher for women than men based on society? You think we're gonna go? You think if a woman is promiscuous, it's gonna lead to a lot more negative repercussions than it is for men?
Yeah, absolutely.
It does,
Absolutely.
and I agree.
I don't necessarily know, because if you
No.
think about it this though, women also get more sex than men do too. You're
If we
offered sex
choose to,
more
if
often.
we choose
Yeah,
to.
if you
But-
choose to. So
but-
therefore, it's willing when you're doing something, what the repercussions of that could be.
Okay, but think about it. If you, regardless, what the repercussions could be, say you have this positive view of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, you just want to be sexually free, and you can have detached sex because there's women that can.
Mm-hmm.
I know people like me, but think about it from society's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be like me and just not give a crap what society thinks in order to not let that negatively affect you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because if you are a sexual being and you're a woman, or you choose to have lots of premarital sex, or
Yeah, but-
if you're promiscuous, you have the pressures of society. So every time you have those encounters, you kind of almost feel guilty because of what society has given place about. You shouldn't be having sex with people. You're,
Yeah.
it's not this. Even if we are in the 22nd, 23rd century. I don't know.
21st, boo.
We're 21st. Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Well, because the night, up until it turns to your 2100. Well,
Okay.
then it goes to the 22nd.
Hey, listen. I'm a little drunk and I'm not a rocket
No,
scientist.
you're
It's
amazing,
just-
baby. I'm not even doing that.
But I'm saying, yeah, but even in this society, we still have those norms. It's not.
Well, it is. It is. Women are whores if they have sex with a whole bunch of men, and men are glorified when they've had sex with a
Yeah,
whole bunch
but
of people.
I think it comes down to discretion for women. Like if you don't want to be called a whore, don't
Yeah.
be a whore. Or if you have an insatiable need to be a whore and sleep with all these people, be smart about it. Don't have,
Yeah.
don't have your business out there. Like,
But
do I
guys
think
can
it's
do
less?
the same thing. But guys
Yeah.
can do the same thing, and they're treated in a different aspect. And how is that fair? How is
Yeah.
that fair? Okay, like me. We'll use me as an example because I don't care being the martyr. I have sex before I was in a monogamous relationship. I had sex with if I thought a guy was hot and we connected, I had sex with him. I didn't care. I was safe. I've never had an STD.
Yeah.
And I literally I practiced what I preached, but I literally did what I wanted. I was free. That's what I wanted. And I didn't get emotionally connected. I wasn't. And I didn't let it give me depression or anything like that. Like you're saying, like, you know, afterwards you felt this loneliness. I didn't because I was detached. But there are a lot of women that could do the same thing as me. And I'm open about it. I will literally...
I think
say my sexcapades everywhere.
I think there are men too that get depressed and such. I think it just like for me, like, and this sounds really horrible. Like I'm more of a singular person. Like I think I do better a lot of times when I'm on my own than when I'm in a relationship because I get aggravated when I'm in a relationship. Oh, like I have to tell you I'm going to do this, even though it's something simple. But I have to, you know, like when I'm single. Like for me, sex it's a release. I don't use it. It doesn't have. You know, with a random person or whatever, I don't feel like I get depressed or anything because that person's not there. Most of the time, I prefer them not to be there.
Yeah,
See,
no.
I just
can
need my own
understand that.
space.
Yeah, see, and I'm forever searching for the girl that needs as much space as I do, so we can make it work out. But, you know, I don't know. At the same time, like you talked about how you think you're better off as a singular person, I'm fairly positive I'm a much better person when I'm in a relationship. Like not in terms of like my personality changes are different to people, but I make much better decisions.
You're more motivated.
Yes, I'm the same way.
I have way less time to go out and dick around and waste money or make enemies or embarrass myself. So I mean, in that aspect, I think I'm a better human being in being in a relationship. I think it's better for me.
Yeah.
You know, to have like that constant.
See, I think it could be for me, but I think it really just depends on the person I'm with. You know, whether I have those. No, I'm not saying it's sexual freedoms, but if I just have the freedom, like, oh, when you get off work, are you going to go over and have a beer somewhere? Yeah, most likely I'm going to. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go over there and get shit faced or anything, but I think it depends. But one way or the other, like I just don't feel the sex to me is an enjoyable thing. Like I don't really ever feel depression or guilt or anything.
I enjoy sex every time I have it. I love sex every time I have it.
But it's after the fact.
It's not the sex. It's not like I look back and I'm like, oh, that was so like, there's no love in that sex. It's not like that. It's just, I'm very upset at the fact that that's all it was.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. And most of the time it's with somebody that I don't want it to be with anything more than that with.
But then again,
it still upsets me.
I know you a lot better.
But I wasn't always like that.
Yeah, but I know you really well, and I also know the women that you're going to have sex with is a small group of women. It's not you're not one of those guys that just wham bam, thank you, how you doing, wildebeest.
Wildebeest, Danny Faz, we're looking at you.
Yep, talking about you, Danny Faz.
She actually left her shoes outside that door because
I know.
So bad.
Yeah, but I'm just saying some men.
What?
Because the shoes stink so bad.
A wildebeest our friend Danny conquered when he lived here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way, but I know how you are. There's only a select group of women that you're going to want to do something with, whereas I'm not saying
fairly high standards for a guy that looks like myself.
Well, I mean, if that's the way you feel, so that's not what I said. But
I mean, you said it, not him.
Yeah, right. So, but then again, like for me, like I have a certain type of guy that I would want to date. And then there's the type of guy that I would just be promiscuous with.
Yeah, I have those too.
Yeah.
Women.
We learn something new about Adam every week.
Yeah.
This week it's that he's kind of gay.
No.
And I have a tattoo on my taint.
Do you?
Yep.
Do you really?
Supposedly.
Yep.
I don't want to see it, but what is it of?
It's a little snowman.
I don't believe you.
It's there.
Yeah, I think you just tell this to girls so they
I'll
lick your taint.
I'll send you a picture later.
I don't want a picture of your taint.
Then how are you going to know?
I don't. You know what? I'll ask a girl you've had sex with.
Go ahead.
Do they know?
Yeah.
Do you like show it off?
Well, I give them a
that
prize
would be
whenever
an
they find
interesting
it.
way for you just to bend over and spread eagle, like, hey, honey, look.
No, I give them a prize if they find it, because it's normally during like a blowjob. Like if they don't find it in like 69, I'm very disappointed.
Really?
I'm like, what are you doing? Just you blind down there? What's going on?
Why a snowman? Why a snowman?
That I can't tell you.
Oh, golly.
Interesting. But no, I would say, I mean, I don't know about Amber, but like the people that I'm going to just screw around with, I'm a lot more loose. I'm not really so much concerned about who they are personally, blah, 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 blah.
I really
Do you know
don't
what I
care
mean?
if they give a freak about me because honestly, they're there for a reason. You know, pretty much beforehand, you know the guys that you want to date, you know the guys you want to screw, and you know the guys you want to friend zone, or for you girls, whatever. You know that when you're going into it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, that when you put them in those categories, sometimes people surprise you and go outside the category. But for the most part, the people that you are just screwing, you don't care what they think about you.
And on that note, some of the people that you've just had random sex with, have they been more hooked on you?
Always, they're always hooked on me. My repercussion of sex is having great vagina. That I'm not. I'm sorry. That's my repercussion. Literally, I have a guy.
And today on Sexually Educated, we learned that Amber Bentley has a beautiful vagina.
I mean, I have sex with it all the time and I like it, but that's not the point. The point is that, like, I have a guy that I dated 2 years ago, and I was mean to him. I was like, we ended, and he should not want to speak to me. And then like a year ago, I messed with him and I was going through an ending things thing. So I hooked up with him again. Got him obsessed with me again. He still to this day comes, I don't know if he's watching this. If he is, I'm sorry. He comes into my work and gets freaking to-go food once a week now just to see me.
Wow.
Once a week. And my friends like look, and they're like, how good is it? I'm like, obviously 2 years worth of goodness.
Now,
like apparently.
Now,
because it just happens.
That vag dough.
Now, Adam, the same question to you. Have you ever had sex with a girl and then she was hooked, but you were not feeling the same thing?
Yeah, 3 times. Yeah.
Now,
it's happened more often. And you know what? I almost see it coming. But what I never see coming is like how
is that because they're crazy?
How quickly some of them get intense. Like how quick like
they get attached.
You can like someone, you're into someone, you're spending time and you're hanging out, and then I actually posted on our Instagram earlier the picture of the 2 skunks, and it was like the one skunk like trying to hug the one, and the other one's pushing the other one away, leave me alone. It says after sex, you know, because it's like the girl's like, argh. And sometimes you just can't be prepared for that, and I don't like. That's why I'm a firm believer. I think now I'm not gonna say I've ever practiced this, but like go on a few dates before you bang.
Yeah. See, I don't agree. Really? I bang on the first date.
You see,
get it out of the way.
I used to be like that, but I agree with Adam.
I think you're right.
Dates, because when you like the guy I'm dating now, we probably talked I think for 2 or 3 weeks before we even had sex. Anything I've had in the past few years that's actually mattered has been something where we talked for a while before
we went on dates and hung out and stuff like that.
Or just talked or just texted
watched
or something.
Movies or something. Yeah.
Something. It wasn't like, hey, we met and then 4 days later we went on a date and we had sex. Every time that happens, it sucks. The sex is good, but you're just like, I don't really see anything past this because I haven't got to know you and you gave me vagina or penis and I don't really care to get to know you anymore.
Well, and I think like for me, like I've had sex with people they've been hooked, but then again, on the flip side, I've also had sex with people and kind of got hooked on them. Have you ever had that happen?
Yes.
I've walked away from some, to quote Alan, some bomb-ass pussy. I've walked away from some bomb-ass pussy.
Yeah. But
it was good, but, you know, hey.
But did you do it multiple times before you walked away from it?
Well, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. I've had those guys that when they lay down, you're just like, well... Yeah, my boyfriend now, he's not getting rid of me because the penis is very good. I'm sorry, Adam. Yeah. But it's the truth. I'm just like, after we had sex the first time, I was like, the first few times we had sex, it wasn't good. And then once we had that really good sex, I was like,
once you got in the groove together.
I'm like, guess what? I'm not going anywhere. That's cool.
That is, you know, a guy knows that feeling when a girl hits that point. It's the greatest feeling on earth. It's like, you finish dicking her down, and then you're laying there in bed, and she rolls over, and it's either like a look or a sigh, and you're like, "Got you,
Evan."
Yep.
No, but you do like, it's.
But women do the same thing to men, I think.
Yeah, no, we do, and it's only happened to me quite a couple times that I've been like, it's been that good where you're just like. I might have to stalk you now for like a good 2 seconds, but no, it never's like that. But you seriously, like you just get that feeling. You're like, that was amazing. And I really want to keep having this on the regular. So can we?
Yeah. You know, let's just make a relationship out of it.
I had a guy really, we were friends and we really, really liked hooking up and we really liked hanging out. Like it was to point, we'd hang out for like 3 hours, have sex, hang out for like 5 more and just, we chilled. It was cool. We did it. We liked each other, but we both knew that we were never going to date. Like that was already established. He was banging other people. We actually talked about the other people we were banging. And then at one, exactly.
So who'd you bang this week? Well, you know.
Well, I had like 3 guys this week. It was cool.
We'll take a number and we'll figure this out.
No, but he, what the hell? But yeah, we had a conversation one time. He's like, well, you said you like to have sex at least 2 or 3 times a week. So if I give it to you that much, can we just be having sex? And we knew what was going on. We knew the situation. I was just like, we'll see. We'll see. And then we'd had sex a couple times a week. And I was just like, I'm not even that, like, I got over it. I was like, I'm not even that attracted to you. Like, this is why we kept it how it was. And then when they start, like, that's the worst feeling is when you and someone else have something established and then they go in and they're like, they start getting attached and you're like, well, now I'm not attracted to you anymore. Cause you thought they were the hottest thing ever. And you're just like, I'm good. Like, goddamn.
Yeah. Cause it's when somebody like, because when you can tell someone's like a stage 11 clinger, like when it's really intense.
That's more than a stage 10, 9.
I mean, I've
met a stage 67 clinger.
Yeah, that's
there's
bad. It's bad
it was
news.
horrible.
But like, kind of like you said, you pick up a text or they call you too early in the morning, or they're just blowing you up, and you're like,
too early in the morning.
Yeah, and like they're blowing you up.
I'm not gonna lie, I told my boyfriend about that. By the way,
I can't do this. You're like, I just like you immediately. It's true. You just lose an attraction.
Yeah.
You're like, you're needy. You're.
But at that point, yeah, exactly, because you're like, we have rules here. Why are you breaking them? Like here, you do not call me at 7:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. It just unless we're dating.
But even if you're dating, they would know you better enough not to call at 7:30 in the morning.
Unless they're waking you up for something or making, exactly. Yeah. So exactly. Okay, so let's go to the positive. So some pros, because we just went over the cons. Some pros and repercussions of sex are the more and thoughtful sex you have, the longer it makes you look young, the younger your body is.
Well, sex is good for you. I mean,
really
it really
good
is.
For you.
Now, people jokingly say that it's exercise, but it really has nothing to do with the physical aspect of it, so much as the chemical aspect of it in your mind.
Release.
Exactly.
The stress release. But when we say this, we're saying have more and more thoughtful sex.
Yeah.
Because having sex with randoms causes you to have anxiety. You worry about STDs. You worry about if you're a girl, you kind of you worry about society, all these different things. So having more and more thoughtful sex, stuff that makes you worry-free, stress-free, that's the kind of sex you want to have. That's the stuff that makes you younger.
Worry or stress-free. It just makes those things that you're worried or stressed about not nearly as stressful.
Exactly.
Like you're able to deal with more stressful situations. Like, oddly enough, I was reading this study not too horribly long ago, and it said something about like some of the top CEOs in our country are actually having more sex than most people than you would think.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it was with their wives or girlfriends or whatever they're with.
It's faithful sex.
But faithful sex. It's faithful sex. They're actually having more sex with these people merely because they know by having sex that they'll be able to conquer and handle more.
You relieve stress, and when you have that that chemical, you're releasing chemical
but
components.
But it also looks better for your skin, your hair, all the way around.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show before. Stop drawing penises. You have a penis addiction. No, but we've talked about this before.
That'd be me.
Yeah, the benefits of semen on your face, swallowing semen, the hormones it releases into your body, what it does for women, men, whatever. And then also sex in general. It builds elasticity in your skin. It makes your skin shinier. Look at me. I have beautiful, perfect skin. You think this is from not having sex? No.
Sex can keep you in shape.
Well, it can. If you're having good sex.
It's good cardio. It's the best cardio, really.
It's a great form of cardio, but
it's great for your cardiovascular health.
But it's not even only that though. Also, the more steady sex you're having, I firmly believe, like in relationships, before that I've been in, like the longer I was with them, sometimes the sex actually got that much better.
Oh, yes.
So much better,
well,
because then they know where to hit that spot,
Exactly.
and then they figure out, oh, I can do it from this way this time, or oh, I can do this way, or oh, I can touch you here, I can do this, and you find certain little things, like if I don't know why, but like when I'm having sex, if someone just like nibbles right there,
I'm a biter sucker motion when I'm having sex, screaming instead of like screaming the whole time. I'm like biting.
Oh, yeah.
I leave bruises, but they're not, they don't look like hickeys, they look like bruises.
No, if I can get bit like up around here or even here,
somewhere it's not going to show, because you don't want to worry about it showing.
And don't give me a hickey. This isn't.
This isn't
middle
third
school.
grade.
I don't want a hickey, but I want like the bruises. Like if I have a bruise right here and I know that it's from sex, and I told you last week, if I see it, I'm like,
I like scratch marks.
So
I love scratch marks.
But these would be the repercussions of what, like long-term relationships or steady relationships.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that with a friend?
Yes, I
Like
think
just like
yes.
an occasional FB.
I think
Yep.
you can, and I think that FWBs, they don't get enough credit. They can work out, but you have to have two mature parties
Yeah.
that know exactly what the situation is. As I said, I was having sex with my friend and we knew exactly what it was. But then when he started wanting to have sex more, I knew what that entailed. That's more, we already hung out for like 6 hours every time we had sex. If I get that once a week, that's cool. If I have to do that 2 or 3 times a week, that's too much for me. And I start pulling away.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because like I've got a good friend, I should say, and I've known this person for years, and we both know what it is. Although if we see each other out in public, it's, oh, hey, how are you doing? How's everything going? Blah, blah, blah. But neither one of us really keep up with much in each other's lives. It is what it is. The sex is great and it's fun, but it's exactly what it is to us. I mean, I don't ever foresee that going into anything further, but then again, I also don't want it to be anything further. And he happens to be the same way. He's, quite happy with the way things are.
Sway
and so
just wants
forth.
the D.
Give me that D, bitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes yes. I mean, and don't get me wrong, an emotional bond is always fun and awesome in it, but at the same time, I mean, yeah.
Hey, Swade, what's up? I have a business meeting.
So another thing for you to know is the higher quality orgasms you have a year, the younger you look. So that's why another reason why more and more thoughtful sex is better for you, because the higher, you're going to have the best orgasms with someone you're connected with.
The intensity level of your orgasm. Well, that's also because if you think about it, I mean, like, okay, if you're doing a quickie, you might be able to orgasm, but it's also a thought orgasm. Like you're forcing yourself to try to orgasm fast. Whereas if you're having sex with someone that genuinely, thoughtfully, knows about you, knows what you like, and so on and so forth, your orgasms are going to be more true.
And then that's one thing, and the other thing is you're mentally connected. You think of that person, you're looking in their eyes, you kiss them or whatever. You're mentally connected. Your orgasms are that more explosive. You feel that, you want that, you need that.
The stronger the bond, the more you know what they want.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, sometimes with someone totally random, you don't know, because you might be more adventurous. You might be able to have a stronger orgasm. Like for instance, you were saying when you were venturing outside of your relationship, when you were treating on your ex with that guy, the reason your orgasms might have been better was because it was exciting.
Yeah, I know. I completely know that now. I didn't know it at the time. And then when we had sex, I was like, really? But again, that was one of those people that, if you have sex with someone you're cheating on your ex with, you expect them to know the situation. I liked him. He liked me. I might have even loved him at one point. Who knows? We were having sex like for 9 months while I was with someone else. So there was, when me and my ex broke up, he started pursuing me, and I was like, you knew what this was. Like, and it was weird because I loved him. I had love for the guy.
You had
whatever.
emotions for him, but where he was.
You're where you're at. And and that's another thing. Like, that's a repercussion of sex is, hey, you knew what this was when you got in the situation. There was another guy. You should have known it was never going to just be me and you. And I feel like, that's a repercussion. You put that out there.
Yeah.
Go to your thing, relieving stress or decreasing cardiovascular aging with frequent high quality sex.
Yes.
Cardiovascular aging.
Yes.
So your internals aren't growing or getting like as crazy as they should.
It's not. If you think about this, okay, beyond the fact that when you do physical activity or something like that, you really. Yes. You really don't. If you think about it, your heart rate only really gets up when you're getting a lot of high intensity workout, whether that be to a cardiovascular weight or whether it be to a weight loss or whatever. But when you're having sex, your heart rate stays elevated longer for longer periods of time,
then you're
merely because.
And you're fluctuating it. And think about tantric orgasms or tantric sex. You're building the intensity of your internal body. That's physical, but it's more or less like emotional, physiological.
Yeah.
You're working the inside of your body and not just this. So when you have a tantric orgasm, that's why it's so explosive, is because you're mentally preparing for that. And that is where you get those from. So of course it has so much more to do with yourself.
Like I've noted before, it's just kind of like lesbians with U-Hauls. They know after that first date, you just go make an appointment. No big deal. You can do it online. It's easy to do.
Exactly.
No, I'm just teasing. I love all my lesbians out there.
Whoop, whoop, or half, whatever you are.
Or I love everyone. Well,
oh my
not
gosh.
everyone.
Okay, so I shouldn't share this online.
Do it.
Share it.
I'm going to
Say
anyway.
it. Do
so
it.
I like girls, whatever.
Me
so
too.
we're like trying to find a like me, my boyfriend, and then another one, because obviously I'm not allowed to have sex without my boyfriend because that's cheating.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's cheating,
It's-
right?
well,
I guess.
But it's also an agreement that you have together.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, listen, I'm not gonna have sex with other people, so can you try not to without me? So
Yeah.
whatever.
But if this is something that you're sharing together, then you're both going
and
to
that's
be
what
able
I said.
to.
So I'm on Tinder. I'm talking to girls. I start meeting lesbians, and he's like, you need to stop. And I'm like, why? And he's like, you need to make sure they know that you have a boyfriend in the situation, because you keep making all these girls fall in love with you, and then you're like, hey, by the way, I kind of have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he's like, you gotta be forward. So I was like, that's not gonna work. So I had 2 girls I was talking to. I was forward with both of them.
Question: and these people that you were gonna do this with, would you want it to be like a random thing, like you come over, we do it, we leave, and I never see you again?
I don't want them to be a part of our life, but like one of the girls, we get along really well, actually. Like, okay, so here's the thing. I went out and I
Because girls be crazy.
Bitches be loco.
Bitches do be crazy. Bitches be running wild.
Bitches be loco. But that's not the point. The point is, like, so I went on Tinder, and I messaged the girls. I was like, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a situation. I have a boyfriend. Both the girls I wrote it to said, thank you for being so upfront. You're beautiful. I'm totally down with that if I like you both. I'm like,
I think
score. Yes,
but I think a lot of people are happy that the fact that you're just upfront, like it doesn't make them feel slutty because they know from the get go, hey, this is what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And you can't say that, like, even from my perspective, like two different guys, it may seem adventurous. You can't see it.
Oh, damn.
What does it say?
It said thanks, Brian Zulo. He just put a nice Facebook post about us.
Oh, Brian Zulo, thank you very much. You're actually going to get
shout out.
You're awesome.
Yay.
But yeah, I really do think that that's smart that you're upfront with them, because when you're not upfront with them, the repercussions could be significantly worse.
Okay, yeah, because there was another girl I was talking to, and she like had just turned to the lesbian side, and I like later told her, and she's like, "You have a boyfriend? You've been leading me on." Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Listen, no,
Beating around the bush, so to speak.
No, I haven't. I was looking for the right time to tell you, but both the girls, and one of them wanted to do like the whole. She's like, I could see being like a friend with benefits, you know, and she's like, I know neither of us would get attached because I really don't like girls like that.
See, I don't really want a friend with benefits. I just want benefits.
Well, she could come around. She's cool. I liked her. I talked to her and I was like, wow, you're freaking awesome. You come around when I want you. We all have sex. You get penis. I get vagina. We all have a good time. And then you leave and we talk. We can be friends. You just never talk to my boyfriend without me being there. That's it. Those are the only rules. Those are the only rules. Yeah. Because I know her and I know we're not going to get emotionally attached to each other. I just don't need you getting attached to him.
Do you know that? I mean, you know that, but are you sure that she wouldn't get emotionally attached to you?
Actually, we had a conversation. She's the same way. Did
she say it first?
Yeah, she said it first, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think about girls the same way.
Okay.
She said I could never be in a relationship with a girl. I like penis too much. I really like exploring with girls. And I was just like, you're perfect. Come join my little fantasy.
Are you worried that your boyfriend might create some type of thing for her?
No, I don't care. No, he's not going to.
I'm just saying, because that could be a repercussion of this threesome.
No, it's.
Hey, we know how great her vagina is. So her vagina's good. Boyfriend's staying there.
No, I'm not worried about that, because I mean, sex. My boyfriend is more than just. I mean, I hope he really cannot hear this or watch this today, because I'm gonna get in so much trouble. What does that say? I can't hear. Oh, okay. That's it. Right now is your daily birth control reminder. Please take your birth control. Wrap it before you tap it.
Wrap that shit
What I said earlier about not wearing condoms is not true. I
don't
always
want to
wear
see
a
your
condom.
kids on
It's
Facebook
always
or
safer.
Instagram or any other social media. I'm tired of seeing children.
If you cannot afford a condom, the health department has lots of them. Or if you just write into the Sexually Educated, we'll send you some if you can do some on Facebook, okay?
Okay, yes. Yeah, we totally will.
We'll totally send you condoms.
Yeah.
We'll go down to the health department for you and give them to you.
Exactly. As long as you Facebook something on
just
it.
wrap it before
wearing
you tap
them when
it.
I deliver it.
Exactly. He will. Just a condom, though. No, but okay, the girl cheat thing. My boyfriend's like a really emotionally connected person. I'm more of the sexer, and like he's really sexual, but I'm just like the wham bam thank you man person. He's like the emotional one. He, even if we had sex with another girl,
so he's more sensual.
He is more sensual. And when we if we were to have sex with another girl or join someone into our little thing, I know that even if the sex was better than mine, which congratulations if your vagina is better than mine. I've spent a lot of work on this, so no, but if the way we are with each other, I don't see that leaving, and that's why I don't care.
Yeah.
And if I was
well, you also have to be at a comfortable stage in a relationship just to get to this part.
If I was unstable with how we are at all, if I didn't feel comfortable in having sex with another person, I don't think my boyfriend's leaving me. My boyfriend has a trail of fat girls that love him. For some reason, he attracts fat girls. I am not kidding, because he's really nice. He's really super nice. So fat girls love him because they're like, oh my gosh, he's nice. And I'm just like, he's nice to everyone.
Thick girls love me. It's awful.
I think because you're nice, right? Because and I'm just like, and they love him, and I just sit there and watch.
Fat girls don't like me.
No,
I still their fried chicken.
And because you mostly call them fat to their face.
I do not call them fat to their face. I call them voluptuous.
Do not ruin that word. That is my word.
Voluptuous.
I love the word. No, I don't ever make fun of people for their weight. I mean,
No.
that's your choice.
Not to-
Exactly.
It is.
He's such a dick. Even you trying to be nice is a dick. When a gay guy tells the truth.
Yeah,
Dun-dun-dun.
right.
That's real talk.
Okay, so let's get into our tip of the week.
All right. Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, I want your tip first.
Have sex in the shower.
I hate shower sex.
I love.
What,
You're not been
what?
having shower sex right.
You're not doing it right.
Okay, first of all, I
really
hate this
think-
noise. I hate
I
the
love
noise
that
in the shower.
noise.
In
Love
the-
that
in the
noise.
shower, it's so gross, and you can't feel it for a girl.
No, well, okay. Well, what I'm saying for this is, imagine if you're out all hot and sweaty and everything like that. You get it started, and you're
I like
you're
sweaty
started.
sex, though.
Sweaty sex. I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You start with sweaty sex in the bathroom.
As long as no one
what you
smells.
do is you turn the shower on the steam, let it steam, blah blah blah. You start having sex in the shower, but in the bathroom to start out with, and then you finish it out by wet sex. Imagine if he's behind you just yanking your hair,
You
and like
just
there's
turned me
hot
on.
water,
Yeah.
and there's hot water flowing on your face. Like you just haven't done it
Have
right.
you watched me have sex in the shower?
No. I would
Okay.
never want to
I'm-
watch you have
The
sex
way-
ever.
Listen, the way you just described, unless it was with me, right?
Yeah, of course. I'd watch porn of you, yeah.
Of course.
And your
Any-
boyfriend.
I have one on my phone. No, we'll keep that there. Anyways, I was just kidding, kind of.
No.
Anyways, so no, but the shower. Maybe I'm not doing it. Maybe I'll try it. That way you just described sounds really great.
I think you
hate
need to
shower
set.
sex.
You can't just walk into a shower, turn the shower on, and then insert penis here.
Yeah.
That's not the way it works. I mean, like I said, go in the shower, turn it up, make it steamy in there. And you might have been doing something crazy like yard work, or you went to the gym or something like that, or whatever. Driving in the car here in Florida, you sweat just because you're in the car. Get into that bathroom, turn it on, let it get hot and steamy. Start on the on the counter. Just just put your legs aside and either get blown or eaten out while you're sitting there on the bathroom counter, and then just move on. Shower. You have a whole room at your disposal, but that shower, especially when you're about to come and turn that water down when you start having sex.
Yeah.
Oh man, it'll change your life.
I like the danger aspect. Like I don't want to fall, but I do want to come. Like
Yeah.
Maybe this will work.
Yeah,
maybe
it's
it
awesome.
won't. Who
I love it.
knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
So that's my sex tip. I really think I love shower sex.
What's your tip of the week, girlfriend?
This is for all the gentlemen out there. Protect your penis. Protect your cock. Be good with it. Be kind with it. I have had a couple.
I don't know very
I have
many
had a
men
couple
that are.
strange incidents in sex where I've hurt myself badly.
Oh, I
Mainly
bruised
because
my
I was
dick.
getting a little too much into it. But just be careful because you can't have fracture. You can't do you can't. I don't know if you can technically break your penis.
Yes, you
But
can.
but
You
and
can
yeah,
technically
and you can
break
twist,
your dick.
Yes, and you can or fracture it, and you have to wear a cast on your
It's
penis.
not a cast. It's something like that though. It's like a Kevlar sleeve, so that way it stays in a certain position.
Obviously, someone's done this before.
Well, no, I don't know.
I have
I've
bruised my
hurt
dick.
myself many a times. Like, all right, one time I was to get totally bare bones here, but no, one time I was going.
we don't do it bare,
Well, unless you've been tested and you've agreed to both parties.
and we both have signatures on.
I was going at a girl from behind, like doggy style. I was on my knee, she was on her all fours or whatever, and then I kind of reached underneath and kind of grabbed her throat, kind of like to choke her, and I picked her up a little bit. So then we were in this weird suspension mode, kind of, where she was kind of up this way, and then her knees spread apart as I was coming out, and it went down, and I thrusted back, and I was going at it like a chihuahua, like it was awful. And I ended up, it just happened to hit square in the spot in her back, and I just pretty much pushed it right back into my
Ow.
pelvis, and that shit hurt for like a week.
Oh no, it
That-
will.
And when girls
Yeah.
bounce on it, sometimes that happens too. When a girl's
Yeah.
bouncing on it and they come up and they smell.
I had a
Yeah.
guy writing on me, and it started to come out, and I had already came, so I was still kind of hard. You know how you're
Yeah.
kind of hard afterward, but still going at it, wondering if there's a round 2 to be had.
Yeah.
Anyways, and he was on top, and he came out, and then it came out kind of, and then he sat back down, to go back down, and my dick went. It didn't break it. It didn't make a sound, but it definitely.
That sound you made hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
though,
right.
just now.
I've
had-
heard that sound before.
It had. Oh no! But it hurt. To the point where I was there was no word said. It was a bam. I'm instantly pushed off because it hurt really bad, and it did bruise. I didn't go to the emergency room, but I should have probably.
And then there's testicular contortions, someone comes on your ball too much, or I've heard girls playing with your balls can wind them up to the point where you cut off circulation to one of them. Be careful. That's a muscle.
Yeah.
this is all part of your body.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're not wisdom balls. They're
No.
balls.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you can do with them. Making them orbit each other is not helping anyone.
I mean, just
No.
for like a minute, like one time, and then turn them
Yeah,
back. You
kinda
know,
like-
you
Well,
gotta do.
I would say just play with them like a gentle
just put them in your
flower.
mouth. Just
Yeah,
put
put
'em
them in your mouth. Lick under, lick the taint, the snowman, whatever
Yeah,
you got.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my tip of the week is learn to go get her. I don't care. Your girlfriend is tired. Go get her. There, no girl is going. Okay, your
I
girlfriend's.
love this tip.
Yes, your girlfriend's tired. She's laying in bed. She's tired, exhausted. She's like, you know what? I really don't have sex. You take her legs, pull her out of the bed, and just start eating her out. She's gonna be in the mood. She's gonna have sex with you.
Yeah.
I'm not like go
No.
get her. I mean, we could make up, like he said in the beginning, we have those lists. We can make up
Yeah.
any reason we want not to have sex.
Yeah.
What you have to do is make it so we want to have sex. Go get
Exactly.
her. Your roommate's smoking hot.
That's his roommate.
Your roommate's
Oh.
smoking hot.
But anyways, but no, you're right. You're
But
right.
anyway,
I definitely
sorry,
think
she
that
just walked.
I definitely think that as far as like having sex and so on and so forth, like if I've ever said no, I'm not going to have sex, and then someone comes up to me and they start start doing it and everything like that, I'm going to get in the mood one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you start giving head, anything you start doing, you're gonna start getting in the mood. You're going to want to go. At that
Yeah.
point, you're just like,
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
Yeah.
No, it's just
I think that definitely starts. It definitely does. It works like that.
same
But,
mind processing. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, and it's not always gonna work. Like, when some people are tired,
Well, some
they're
people
just
might
tired.
just say no.
Yeah,
they might
I mean-
just say no, and then you want to listen when they say no.
Yeah, you
Definitely
do not,
listen.
You do not want to rape someone. You do not want
Yes,
to.
you do.
I mean, unless they're into that kind of thing.
I can normally get. I can
I
normally
mean,
get my
not
head.
people you don't know. Only
Yeah,
with someone you're in a relationship and comfortable with.
Exactly.
And you've pre-talked about
And
this
it's consensual,
scenario.
and we've
Yes.
talked about it, and it's kind of
Signed
like,
off on the line.
Exactly. But no, you want it, you go get her. Sometimes we like
Yeah.
like the chase. We like to play hard to get. We like for you to work for it. Even if we're in a relationship, that's the hardest part. When you're in
Yeah.
a relationship, they already know they're going to get the vagina. Like they know
Yep.
it's at their disposal.
yeah.
We want you to act like it's not. We
Yeah.
want you to be like, "Oh, I have to work for this for a minute. Let me rub you here. Let me do it." That's what we want. We want to feel wanted. That's what everyone wants essentially.
Put on
I
some
agree.
seal. Put on seal. Light a few candles.
I was gonna say some
massage
Marvin
your inner
Gaye.
thigh.
Marvin Gaye. Ooh.
Marvin Gaye.
Let's get it on. Okay,
All right.
anyways, so this has been. Oh, you have something else to
No,
say?
that was it. That was it.
Oh.
Good.
Except for the fact
Good. I've
that you're
heard
so
enough of
freaking
him.
beautiful.
What?
We're still getting a new host.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for watching Sexually Educated for this week. I'm your host, Amber Rose Bentley.
I'm Sweet Elliott.
I'm Adam Farrell.
Stay safe, my friends. Peace, love, and orgasms.
Love
All
your
the
faces.
time. I want to be on you.
Yay.
All of you.
At once?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good. Perfect timing.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.